67% of people believe in magic. True or false?
What?
Like wizards, like Harry Potter wizards.
Like wizards, Harry Potter, that sort of thing, Jesus, that sort of caper.
I think that there is magical things going on.
What sort of magical things?
Not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Well, I believe that the sky isn't the sky.
What do you think it is?
It's something else.
Really?
Unless 67% of the people were children, that's impossible. Like, everybody knows. Disappearing is like an illusion. Card tricks is, card
But
trick.
some people do genuinely believe that David Bale...
That's
There's only one
rubbish.
person over the age of 5.5 who believes in it.
What about Darren Brown? Because he always says at the beginning, this isn't magic, and then he does loads of things that you're like, that was magic?
I think it was magic that he you know, the lottery numbers.
Yeah,
he picked the lottery numbers after they'd been announced. I thought that was amazing. They convinced people that was a trick.
The thing with Darren Brown is that it's not just that he can do these things, it's that everybody in here, if you met Darren Brown and he started talking to you, you'd be thinking, what's he doing to me mind? Like, it's almost more important sometimes. If I was Darren Brown and everyone thought I could do anything, if I saw someone asleep on the train, say, I'd have a little wander over, right? I'd pull my pants down, right? I'd give him a little nudge, I'd go, thanks for that, mate, and then walk off, and he'd be...
OK, 67% of people believe in magic. True or false? What are you going to go with?
It's true.
True, yes.
OK, you're going to go true.
Count.
You're going to go...
I reckon it's true.
Are 67% of people asked mental?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should go against them, at least.
Do you think?
But it's still false. Sorry, Bradley. I mean, just... I didn't do that.
Sorry, Bradley?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you know that, like, the whole time I've been saying, don't call him Bradley, don't call him Bradley, the whole time. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. That's fine.
OK, we'll go with false, then. I don't even know what's happening
Well, I can tell you that the answer is false.
Ooh, OK.
I can tell you that only 33% of people believe in magic. Saying you don't believe in magic, but you do believe in God, is a bit like saying you don't have sex with dogs, except Labradors. Which, by the way, is a very good rule of thumb. We asked our studio audience, and the audience this evening, what they preferred, EastEnders or Coronation Street.
Oh, God. Oh.
What do you think they said?
I reckon, as we're down south, Enders.
So, did you kill him? Did you kill Archie?
I can't tell you.
Can't you tell us?
No, it's shrouded in secrecy.
Do you know if
I
he
don't
did
even
it?
know.
Do you know if he did
I've
it?
seen that. It's
How weird would that be?
Nobody knows who did it.
It's like a documentary to you, isn't it?
Pretty out, yeah. Might as well be. Yeah, I just turn up and
Why is everyone in a pub at lunchtime? Why is there no Starbucks? What are we doing in a cafe?
Why is there a laundrette? Why has nobody got a washing machine?
How can you make a living selling 6 apples a week?
come back to this.
That show's got the lowest carbon footprint on the planet, hasn't it? It never goes anywhere. You just go across the square and back.
Camellia, do you watch soaps?
I do like EastEnders, Bradley. But... Sorry, Charles.
You were so confident as well. You even gave him a cheeky wink of Bradley. OK, let's get you both to have a little guess. OK, we asked our studio audience, what do they prefer, EastEnders or Coronation Street? What are you going to go with, Sean?
Got to be EastEnders.
Yeah.
I have to say, I love EastEnders, and it's like my football team. Like, even when it's shit, I stay with it. So I reckon EastEnders is the most popular amongst the audience here.
I'll go with you. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
OK, fine. And what are you going to go for, Jason?
I'm going to go for Enders.
You're going to go for Enders?
Yeah.
I can tell you that 76% of our studio audience prefer EastEnders. You're both right. Unfortunately, I do sometimes miss the occasional episode of EastEnders because I'm not bedbound without the use of my arms or in prison. What else do people use the internet for?
I think social networking, although I feel like a grandad just saying that phrase, social networking.
Yeah, my granddad always used to say that.
I'll be down that pit all day. Social networking.
That's where I met your gran, you know, Bebo. Yes. I feel like an old man when I talk about MySpace. I feel like I remember when this was all MySpace and all we had was friends reunited for a fiver and we were happy. You know, it's like, have you been to MySpace lately? It's like a waste ground. It's just Tom by himself crying.
You're obsessed by Twitter. Weren't you voted the best Twitterer?
Yes.
I think you were. No, you were, because you Twitter all the time.
Well, I don't Twitter all the time, but just occasionally I'll think of an off-colour, weird remark about robots or sperm, and then I'll just Twitter it and see how many people react to it, you know?
It's basically digital shouting. That's what it is. Because if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street going, I'm going to the cinema. Yes, I'm going to the cinema. I'm going to see Avatar again. 3D rocks. Yeah. You think you're an idiot.
My issue with that, Sean, is the fact that you would clearly be brilliant on Twitter. Because that is exactly the kind of
There's
thing
someone
people...
pretending to be me on Twitter.
There is, yeah.
Someone pretending to be you on Twitter?
Yeah.
How grumpy are they?
Someone sent me something and they said, hey, do you want to stop it? I went, no, if they want to pretend they're me. I just think what a sad state their life's got into.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you could pretend to be anyone, why would you pretend to be a grumpy, middle-aged man with a hangover?
What's weird about Twitter is the way people... Like, before, people would spot you in, you know, doing a bit of shopping or whatever, and then you would not know that person had spotted you doing shopping, and then you'd move on. Now, I got a message over there, took me and my wife, we went to Nando's and then went to see Avatar, right? Now,
you've lived... Show business has changed you.
It's okay.
Nando's and then the movies.
Yeah,
it's one or t'other in the old days.
And then the next day, someone said, did you enjoy your chicken then? Right? That was weird, right, for one, that someone knew I'd had chicken. And then somebody went, you could have had a shave before taking your wife to the cinema. They were actually following me, not on Twitter, in real life.
I don't get that. They were following you in real life, and then they tweeted.
What? Just come over and go. You could have... They twatted me. That's right, they twatted me.
All of you, that's going to happen to all of you who Twitter, one day your head's going to end up in a jar on someone's shelf. And I'm going to go, serves them right.
You what, Sean? It's going to be your shelf. David, what are you on? Facebook or...?
I mean, I don't use... well, yeah. I mean, the main function of Facebook is to look at pictures of your ex-girlfriend on holiday with her current boyfriend and look through 200 photographs till you find one where she's just got a slight look of regret in her eyes.
Oh, doubly funny when you know it's true.
But the thing is, it's gone beyond social networking now, because on Facebook you can farm. My wife farms on Facebook. When you plant things, then you have to go back. If we go on holiday, she's got to make sure she doesn't plant something that's going to wither before she returns. How ridiculous is that? I'm saying, get off, I want to look at porn. And she's looking at corn.
Hang on, let me just grab this. This is... These are fake Sean Lock tweets. This is the guy that's been twittering pretending to be you.
Brilliant.
Didn't someone once say it takes 42 muscles to frown and even less to smile? Well, it only takes 7 to pull the trigger on a sniper rifle.
That's pretty good.
Sounds like
That's all right.
11:10 a.m. January the 3rd from the internet. If I see another bloody mince pie... ...
This is horrible. I feel like I'm in some kind of nightmarish science fiction film. It is you pretending to be you, saying it's not you.
I'll try and read some out.
Oh,
as
can you do that one?
yeah.
That bottom one, this one. Can you do the bottom one in Sean's voice, please?
Just bought a beautiful Elvis Presley Dan Buster's clock plate advertised in the paper. Be worth a fortune one day.
First time in history there's a 13-year-old girl trying to be a middle-aged man.
Let's see if Twitter, Facebook and social networking is one of the top uses of the internet. What do you like the look of?
The alien thing,
You want the A? Holly? Yes, Holly's chosen the alien.
OK.
please.
You've gone for the picture of the alien. Here is a clip of Patrick Moore talking to a man who can genuinely speak alien.
Mr. Bernard Byron from Essex moves in a realm of the unknown which makes it very difficult for us to disprove him. And yet he has the charm, the cheerfulness and the courage which is common to all independent thinkers.
How many languages can you speak? I can speak altogether 3 of the space languages. One is Venusian, the second is Kruger, the planet Kruger 60b, and Pluto.
How did you learn these languages?
These languages have been a gift sent from me from the actual people by rays.
What about plutonium? What does that sound like?
Plutonian is what does that
mean, actually?
That means, how are all you? I am very pleased to see you this afternoon.
What I like about that is it makes up that aliens have a concept of our hours, like they have before and afternoons.
I used to be able to speak alien, but I've got my bottom teeth grew back. OK, here is your related question. Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials?
What's your definition of an extraterrestrial?
Well, terrestrial is like BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extraterrestrials like Men and Motors, UK Living. Have I misunderstood this question?
Aliens, basically aliens.
What I don't understand about aliens is they travel millions of light years. They never come and meet the president or anything, do they? It's like, oh no, I'm going to hang out with some rednecks and have sex with them in the night.
Maybe they're more like you than you think.
Looking at this picture, why don't you get fat aliens? I mean, they can eat anything they want, can't they? They're aliens.
Jabba the Hutt, he was fat.
Yeah.
He wasn't an alien.
He was?
He wasn't.
What was he?
He wasn't real.
So you mean real aliens?
Real ones, like this one here.
It is fun when people do spot aliens, though. Like what I like about... There was something a while back in Dudley, where apparently Dudley is like a hotspot in this country for UFO activity, right? Somebody rang up to say they'd seen a UFO, and they went, what's it like? And they went, it looks like a Dorito. And they now, when describing shapes, who gets to Dorito before triangle?
Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials? Yes or no, Sean?
I don't think they do. I think they're quite a rational bunch.
OK, what do you think? What are you going to go with? Yes or no?
Oh.
I think they do.
I think they do.
There's a lot of space out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go true then.
OK, I can tell you the answer is yes. 54% of our audience said they believe in extraterrestrials. Robbie Williams, Uri Geller, Krista Berg, Gloria Honeyford, David Icke, Danny Dyer, Howard from the Halifax ads. They all believe in aliens. Can they all be wrong?
We're going to, I think, a slightly different route, shall we, Sean?
Yes, go on, Gabby.
We're coming up to the Winter Olympics in Vancouver, and Torvill and Dean, possibly the greatest Winter Olympic moment for Great Britain
and also strictly ice dance, whatever that crap is. That's got people interested in ice skating again. They've been showing
They think about it.
Yes.
It's in their head.
They're very lucky. Most ice skaters, you can be the best in the world at ice skating. There's no money in it. You can be the world champion, but in 6 months' time, you'll be going backwards at the NEC in a goofy costume like that guy. There's no money in it at all. And I don't understand why there's no sponsorship. You notice they never have sponsorship on their costumes. And I think it'd be good if they had it on their gusset. You know when they lift them up? And you lift it up, and the gusset just said, like, Subway.
OK, let's see if Torvill and Dean is one of the most memorable sporting events. Come on. Yes, incredibly, Torvill and Dean is the nation's most memorable sporting event. It's surprising, but it was watched by 24 million people. I'm not knocking ice dancing. I just think if it's going to be Olympic sport, we should also include ballroom dancing, teabagging and bin finger. Fingers on buzzers, 2 more things to get. OK, Sean.
Is it where Colchester got that draw with
Liverpool, Ronnie Radford.
in the Freight Rover Trophy in '83, and there was 60 minutes left on the clock, and they managed to pull one back, and that was fine. They managed to hold on right to the very end of the game. Is it when Mike Tyson he took a bite out of Evander Holyfield's ear? I think that would be top actually, because that was the most shocking thing I've ever seen in
I interviewed Evander Holyfield, and he said, and he said that he had no idea.
What?
He said,
what are you saying?
No, this one.
He said he had no idea that he'd bitten his ear off. Somebody had to tell him. Someone just go over and say he's bitten
So he was hitting him. He was going, he's got an ear in his mouth. This bloke's a nutter.
Did you read that a bloke paid 30 grand for the ear, for the piece of ear, right?
Oh, no.
It's weird, that, isn't it? He paid 30 grand as, like, sporting memorabilia, and in his thing he said, well, it's only like people collect baseball cards. You're like, yeah, but because they're not human flesh.
And it's not as if you can swap it with someone, can you? I'll swap you that for Gordon Banks' eye. Do you think that's...
John, do you think Paula Radcliffe's turd is in the same museum?
There's loads of stuff of Tyson on YouTube, if you have a little look. And his interviews, he says some proper mental things. Like, at one point, he said, I'm going to eat Lennox Lewis's kids. Yes. Right? What are you on about? And Lennox Lewis just went, no, I've got any kids.
Well, that's not what you say. You know, you're supposed to say stuff in the pre-match to warm up to a fight to get people excited. And Muhammad Ali was really good at it. You know, like I'm going to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm going to eat your kids is what you shout while you're being thrown out of a pub. Come on here! I'll eat your kids! Where's the station?
Let's have a look and see whether Tyson Holyfield is one of the most memorable sporting moments.
We won the World Cup. That's got to be it.
Yeah, that's right.
The one thing that we remember was 1966 and the golden-haired boy Bobby Moore lifting that cup.
I like the way that it's lifted alongside 2 world wars. Like it's sort of equal importance.
But it's lucky we won it. Can you imagine that song? Like, 2 world wars and a couple of semi-finals.
England, 1966. So I'm not old enough to remember it. Gabby, what was it like?
What are you messing about? The ball was heavier then, though, wasn't it? It's light now, the ball. It moves around. You need skill to control it. The ball in '66 was like basically kicking a suitcase around. It was. It's really heavy. You probably need a wheelbarrow to get it over the line. So the very fact they got it up the Germans' end was quite an achievement.
Do you rate our chances for 2010 in South Africa?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a bit of a cliche, but I think this is the best chance we've had. But, of course, that means we won't progress from the group now that I've just said that. But we've got an easy group as well, so...
Wayne Rooney is our biggest hope. He's the best English player, and he's also the only man who can grow a beard that's red when his hair isn't. I think that is just, in its own right, that should give him a medal.
He looks like he could grow it in about 4 minutes.
Oh, definitely.
He just goes, I fancy a beard.
Have we been practising penalties, though? That's the big... You know what I mean? That is hard,
I can't believe when they get to the final... I don't know anything about football, but when they get... You just watch the final and they go, I don't think they spent enough time practising penalties. Surely that happens in a footballer's life. When they're off the PlayStation for half an hour, they go, we should try and kick it a goal.
Yeah, but you can't replicate. It's the nerves, isn't it? You know, Denise has performed in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
You can replicate it.
You can't replicate
You can replicate. That's nonsense. And they say that. So you can't represent that intense pressure. What you do is you say to an England player, right, you take a penalty. If you miss, we're going to shoot you.
We know the World Cup win 66 is going to be up there somewhere. Let's have a look and see where. OK, back over to Jason's team.
You've got to think of Usain Bolt. Has got to be up
Usain
there.
Bolt,
He's
of course.
got to be in there.
OK, go on. What's Usain? What's your views on Usain?
He ran 100 metres in 9.69 seconds. I can't even get off the couch in 9.69 seconds.
I only saw half of it because I was making love to the wife.
He sort of slowed down near the end, like
he
was
slowed down at the
taking
end. Someone said he slowed down because he knew he was going to win it and break the Olympic record, but he slowed down and did all that business because he knew then the next year he'd be offered quite a lot of money to go to other Grand Prix events and then break the record there.
No, of course not. He just wants to be the best, a legend. He's already a phenomenon.
But he broke his own record. Where's the fun in that? You know what I mean? Take that, me. I think what you should do is go, right, I'm clearly the fastest human. Who's next? Greyhounds. I'm going to beat you. Who's next? Horses. Come on, bring it on.
Let's have a look and see whether Usain Bolt is one of the most memorable sporting moments.
Yeah.
OK, Jason, Jodie and Michael, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Big Brother.
I think Big Brother.
That's all I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it, but you...
Well, you've missed out. It's just been phenomenal this year. I really, really have.
Why?
I love the ritual humiliation of people that I have
I think
kind
it's
of...
human torture.
It's good when they come in at first to see who you know and who you don't know.
Yeah.
Luckily, we all knew Stephen.
Did you know anybody in there?
Vinny, you know. Vinny doesn't give you a choice about that.
Alex Reid, of course. Everyone knows Alex. He doubles up as Mr. Potato Head.
I did.
Look, he's got the same ears. Have a look next time you see him. Same ears.
I did something quite stupid. I read a bunch of the newspapers going in, and it caused me to have these meetings with the producers, and they were like, "Oh, it's rubbish. Just go in there and you'll have fun."
Even the producers say it's rubbish.
Who was your favourite?
You really liked Nikki, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that Nicola T?
That little angel.
Can I ask that? Because you know you had a real go at her, and you were wrong.
They edit the program.
I watched the whole thing.
They edit the program.
No, that bit had a beginning, middle, and end.
So what happened in the bit that we didn't see then?
He was right and everyone else was wrong. We're guessing.
Something happened where we were in the kitchen, and Nicholas said to me, "Oh, I should have thought about this little thing that transpired between us before you went in to nominate." Okay. And I said, "Don't worry, you're safe." And it was just a very off-the-cuff kind of joke. But Big Brother stepped in, and that evening they took everybody's food away that night.
Such selective memory. I can't.
Vinnie Jones said he spent £400 on a pair of socks.
Yeah, that was a big story this week.
That's the only thing I know about it.
400 quid for a pair of socks. They've never got to that price. Like 8 quid once, I think. I thought, whoa, hold on a minute.
Have you never been to £400 land? Everything's 400 quid.
What was your best experience in there?
There was this one particular time when Stephanie Beacham read the most erotic part of the Bible, which is the Song of Songs.
Yes, the most erotic part of the Bible.
Right.
That's the bit I go to if I'm feeling lonely.
Yeah.
That's why they put it in the drawer of the hotel. In case you haven't got money for that channel, you can go, hang on, Song of Songs. It was only a joke, but go on.
It was only a joke. I have a feeling you're going to be saying that again sometime.
Oh, yeah. Are you saying I'm damned to hell, Stephen Colvin? Let's just clarify this.
Yeah. I've just got a picture of you being damned and on fire.
I'll be honest with you, Alan. I think me and the devil would get on. Come back to the story, because she was reading the most erotic bit of the Bible, because I thought you had a bit of a crush on her.
She has this voice. She got very into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't too long after that I was evicted. So it all worked out just great.
When you say evicted, that means what I think it means.
What does that mean?
Basically, it's something to do with your knob, if Jimmy said it.
84 shows in, it looks like Sean's broken the code. Let's have a look and see whether Big Brother was one of the most talked about things this week. OK, Jason, Jodie and Michael, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Big Brother.
I think Big Brother.
That's all I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it, but you...
Well, you've missed out. It's just been phenomenal this year. I really, really have.
Why?
I love the ritual humiliation of people that I have
I think
kind
it's human torture.
It's good when they come in at first to see who you know and who you don't know.
Yeah.
Luckily, we all knew Stephen.
Did you know anybody in there?
Vinny, you know. Vinny doesn't give you a choice about that.
Alex Reid, of course. Everyone knows Alex. He doubles up as Mr. Potato Head.
I did.
Look, he's got the same ears. Have a look next time you see him. Same ears.
I did something quite stupid. I read a bunch of the newspapers going in, and it caused me to have these meetings with the producers, and they were like, "Oh, it's rubbish. Just go in there and you'll have fun."
Even the producers say it's rubbish.
Who was your favourite?
You really liked Nikki, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that Nicola T?
That little angel.
Can I ask that? Because you know you had a real go at her, and you were wrong.
They edit the program.
I watched the whole thing.
They edit the program.
No, that bit had a beginning, middle, and end.
So what happened in the bit that we didn't see then?
He was right and everyone else was wrong. We're guessing.
Something happened where we were in the kitchen, and Nicholas said to me, "Oh, I should have thought about this little thing that transpired between us before you went in to nominate. Okay. And I said, don't worry, you're safe. And it was just a very off-the-cuff kind of joke. But Big Brother stepped in, and that evening they took everybody's food away that night.
Such selective memory. I can't.
Vinnie Jones said he spent £400 on a pair of socks.
Yeah, that was a big story this week.
That's the only thing I know about it.
400 quid for a pair of socks. They've never got to that price. Like 8 quid once, I think. I thought, whoa, hold on a minute.
Have you never been to £400 land? 400 quid.
What was your best experience in that?
There was this one particular time when Stephanie Beacham read the most erotic part of the Bible, which is the Song of Songs.
Yes, the most erotic part of the Bible.
Right.
That's the bit I go to if I'm feeling lonely.
Yeah.
That's why they put it in the drawer of the hotel. In case you haven't got money for that channel, you can go, hang on, Song of Songs. It was only a joke, but go on.
It was only a joke. I have a feeling you're going to be saying that again sometime.
Are you saying I'm damned to hell, Stephen Baldwin? Let's just clarify this.
Yeah. I've just got a picture of you being damned and on fire.
I'll be honest with you, Alan, I think me and the devil would get on.
Yeah.
Come back to the story, because she was reading the most erotic bit of the Bible, because I thought you had a bit of a crush on her.
She has this voice. She got very into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't too long after that I was evicted. So it all worked out just great.
When you say evicted, that means what I think it means.
What does that mean?
Basically, something to do with if Jimmy said it.
84 shows in, it looks like Sean's broken the code. Let's have a look and see whether Big Brother was one of the most talked about things this week. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
The election battle heats up, apparently, because there's no other news. They've gone, there's an election in 6 months, and that's one of the stuff. So even, like, the Lib Dems have had to come up with proper policies, you know, because when you've got no chance of winning, you can basically say what you want, can't you? So for ages, they've been going, yeah, Jaffa Cakes will be one of your 5 a day, and everyone can have a rope slide to work. You know what I mean?
Who's your money on in the election, Faye?
I'm very much enjoying the idea that the Labour Party of giving voters presents if they vote for them. They've said that they'll give poor people laptops, which is very nice. Is he going to give them Wiis as well, maybe? Some chocolate?
Give everyone a little bit of chocolate.
I'll just give you a little bit of chocolate if you vote for me.
He might empty their bins.
Gordon Brown got a laugh in Parliament this week. He got a laugh. This is the easiest gig you've ever seen, right? He basically said that Hoon and Hewitt, he was going to put them down a salt mine. Yeah, I know. That was the gag, right? He says he's going to put them down a salt mine for what they've done in last week, and it got a laugh. I was like, they're laughing at that shit. They should watch an episode of You've Been Framed. They'll have an heart attack.
Let's have a look and see whether the election is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the nation's been talking about the imminent election. This week, Brown told backbenchers, I'm not our team, I'm one of the team. And remember, Gordon, there's no I in team. Or in your left socket. 21% of parents have used a parenting tip from a TV programme. True or false?
Actually specific parenting show?
I reckon they have, from Nanny.
Well, there's a few. There was Nanny...
Super Nanny.
There was Super Nanny.
Sit on the step. You know
the naughty step.
The naughty step. I've used that.
So where's your naughty step?
I've got a couple of stairs in the house.
I would imagine you've got loads,
a choice.
haven't you? Yeah.
I've got 5 kids, so I can send them off in different staircases.
My two are, you know, are only 5 months, so they're not really naughty, are they? I mean,
they're twins.
They're twins,
so they're
yeah.
naughty. But do you really think that you could tell your 5-month-old off at this stage? Don't you think it's a bit early to start telling them to sit on the naughty step?
No, I mean, no, just put them on the naughty step. Just lie down like a rocker on the naughty step. One of them does cry more than the other one, right? And than our favourite one. And there's one crying. The other one sometimes does look at me like, she is doing my head right. I'm siding with her a little bit, going, I know, it's mad, isn't it?
I saw a programme the other day and it said you shouldn't lie. You should never lie to your children. Which is an insane thing to say because, you know, things like when they say, like, you know, are there monsters under my bed? Well, you'd say, no, there aren't monsters under my bed. And they say, are there monsters outside? You go, well, they are, but they don't look like monsters. They're ordinary men and women who can do terrible things.
Did you get to stay up late to watch the show this evening? Lovely Uncle Sean's got some stories, hasn't he? 21% of parents have used a parenting tip from a TV programme, true or false? So what are you going to go with, Jason?
I think it's probably right.
Yeah,
true. You're going to go true?
Yeah.
OK, Sean, what are you saying?
Well, I like a bit of fun, a bit of a gambler. They call me the gambler. Come on, ladies, let's roll.
What do we...
Yeah, we'll go the opposite of what they said.
OK.
For a bit of fun.
OK, I can tell you the answer is true.
Oh.
Yes, 21% of parents have used a tip from a TV programme. The best parenting tip I ever got was to test the temperature of the bath using a baby's elbow. OK, Sean's team, what do you like the look of?
The two fingers, the God, the creation of the universe.
OK, you've chosen God. In a poll to find the most famous person in the world, God came second. Who came top?
The most famous... It's got to be someone unexpected.
No, it has to be someone famous.
And in the world.
Unexpected would be someone not famous.
That'd be good, like Cliff.
Oh, Trevor Collins. Trevor Collins, who's he? Well, I think he works for Autoglass or something.
Be awkward at dinner if it's Jesus, wouldn't it? I bet he'd rub it in his face. Ah! I'm the most famous dad in your face. Ah!
Where's Jesus from again? Where was he born again?
He's local.
Would it be like David Beckham?
No, it's quite low down.
Might it be the Queen?
Might it be the Queen? It might have been the Queen.
Simon Cowell.
Is the right answer.
No.
Yes, I can tell you it's Simon Cowell. So in a poll to find the most famous person in the world, God lost out to Simon Cowell. Another small victory for the Dark Lord in the eternal battle between good and evil. Most common reason to wake up in the night.
I know what wakes me up in the night. Those rumble strips on motorways.
Is it John Terry's erection?
Is it the reason to wake up in the night? Is it because you're a badger? and just saw it. It's like getting highlights for a badger.
I tell you, it's weird. Well, you got a dog, and sometimes he makes like a weird... It's only happened like once or twice in its whole life, but sometimes he makes a weird noise where it yawned, but its mouth moved in a certain way, and it went, hello. That will freak you out, man. Hello. What is that?
Waking up thinking you need a really giant piss, but then discovering when you get to the toilet you only need a thimbleful, and then catching sight of your bloated middle-aged carcass in the mirror of the bathroom and thinking, what happened to that young lad, that Shropshire boy, so full of hope?
Oh, it's not full of hope, sorry. Oh. Needing the toilet is the right answer. Yes, the most common reason to wake up in the night is needing the toilet. I hate creeping around in the dark trying to find the way to the loo. It's bad enough in your own home, but when you're trying not to wake up a family of strangers, it'd be very stressful. Top thing that makes Brits joyful.
Is it when you get, like, a fresh jar of Nescafe and you put your finger through the foil? That's quite
nice.
But I'm banned from Tesco, but it is fun.
Tomato ketchup. No, I mean, it's good with everything, even sex.
Is it Dyson hand dryers?
Yes,
I love
the new ones.
I love them. Like, you know when you have to use the old ones, it just feels like you're being breathed on by a perv and you feel ripped off? Is it seeing a drunk person headbutt a self-checkout machine? I saw a round of applause from a queue when that happened. It was a heartwarming moment.
I wonder if he scanned. When he headbutted, it went beep.
He had to steady itself, and then there was an awkward pause before it went, unexpected item.
Is it a good old-fashioned illegal cockfight?
Being paid.
It's when you don't pay for something.
You get something for free.
It's the right answer. Yes, the top thing that makes British people joyful is getting something for free. OK, worst fashion faux pas.
Shooting Gianni Versace.
It's actually number 2.
Oh.
Is it sandwich board? You know, golf sail, or as we call it, the plywood poncho.
Oh, I tell you what it is. Is it tracky bottoms, but with shirt and shoes? Something in Manchester, I've seen quite a few blokes with tracky bottoms, like they're ready for anything. Like gym, job interview, like whatever happens, they're ready.
Socks and sandals.
Socks and sandals is number 2.
Is it walking into millets?
Not if you pronounce it Mies. It's all right then.
It's Milles.
Mies.
It's a unisex garment.
High heels.
I would associate it with the 80s in Liverpool.
Tracksuits. Shell suits.
Shell suit is exactly the right answer. Yes, the worst fashion faux pas is the shell suit. I'll tell you who's going to be gutted when they hear that. Snails. Surely the worst fashion faux pas is when a ball slips out of your bikini.
Is it the introduction of body scanners at airports to stop? I suppose crafty is the wrong word. Terrorists. Taking bombs in their pants and then trying to set light to them with matches. So yeah, they're going to have. No, obviously, it's an intrusion of people's civil liberties, their privacy, that you would be photographed naked.
And apparently they can see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the security staff, if they're going to see yours, you should be able to see theirs. So they should wear like a leather apron before you go into the booth. They go, come on. They go.
I think it should be a choice thing. You should be, you know, you might not want to see him, but if you want, you should have the option.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, but then there'll be like a massive queue for the like 22-year-old blonde girl, and then the 50-year-old fat bloke going, "There's nobody coming to my one."
I know the reason for it though is because of the underwear bomber. The near miss.
Well,
Because this man had a bomb in his underwear and he started smoking out of his bottom in the aeroplane, and they grabbed him and they dragged him off to first class, which is the way to get an upgrade.
That's nice.
He set light to his pants, didn't he?
Yeah.
His trousers. And it took a while. It was a guy 3 rows back. The other people sitting next to him just going, "Oh, he set light to his trousers." I was watching Mamma Mia, don't blame him. I did that the first time I saw it. I was, oh, Christ, let's just do something. Stop it.
It's a weird way to try and detonate. I think he should have got the detonation device. Should have been someone pulling his finger. If he's going for full comedy effect. I've got a bomb in my pants. Pull that.
That'd have been good, yeah.
Let's have a look and see whether airport scanners is one of the most talked about things this week. This is the news that airports in Britain are to introduce full-body scanners after a terrorist tried to blow up a plane on Christmas Day. I don't think they should be wasting money on body scanners. I think they should be spending that money on a bomb detector. Back over to you, Jason. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
I think Celebrity Big Brother.
Vinnie Jones, right?
Vinnie Jones, yes.
Vinnie Jones, I've got nothing against Vinnie Jones.
No, best to get that in early.
Best get that in. His son is fighting in Afghanistan. You know, a lot of respect for that. And I read a quote from him saying that my son is ready for the perils of war. He's been brought up around guns and fishing rods.
It's a shit name for a band.
Who needs a fishing rod in Afghanistan going to war?
Well, sometimes you want to get your gun back, and it's all the way over there.
I was really disappointed with Ronnie Wood's ex-girlfriend because we were all sold her as this Russian babe. She was sold to us under false pretenses, and I think it should be renamed as I've slept with a celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah.
Because she slept with Ronnie Woods, Dane Bowers and Alex have slept with Jordan, Vinnie Jones slept with Guy Ritchie.
It's like they've booked everyone on Chico's phone. They said they want to make this the most volatile one ever. And I think the way to make it really volatile is they sit them all around a table and they all reveal how much they got. Because Vinnie Jones says he got 350k, and he gets round to Lady Sovereign, and she gets £25 top-up on her mobile phone.
And let's have a look and see whether Celebrity Big Brother is one of the most talked about things this week.
The election battle heats up, apparently, because there's no other news. They've gone, there's an election in 6 months, and that's one of the... So even, like, the Lib Dems have had to come up with proper policies, you know, because when you've got no chance of winning, you can basically say what you want, can't you? So for ages, they'd be going, yeah, Jaffa Cakes will be one of your 5 a day, and everyone can have a rope slide to work, you know what I mean?
Who's your money on in the election, Faye?
I'm very much enjoying the idea that the Labour Party of giving voters presents if they vote for them. They've said that they'll give poor people laptops, which is very nice. Is he going to give them Wiis as well, maybe? Some chocolate?
Give everyone a little bit of chocolate.
I'll just give you a little bit of chocolate if you vote for me.
He might empty their bins.
Gordon Brown got a laugh in Parliament this week. He got a laugh. This is the easiest gig you've ever seen, right? He basically said that Hoon and Hewitt, he was going to put them down a salt mine. Yeah, I know. That was the gag, right? He says he's going to put them down a salt mine for what they've done in last week, and it got a laugh. I was like, they're laughing at that shit. They should watch an episode of You've Been Framed. They'll have an heart attack.
Let's have a look and see whether the election is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the nation's been talking about the imminent election. This week, Brown told backbenchers, I'm not our team, I'm one of the team. And remember, Gordon, there's no I in team. Or in your left socket. Sean, Josie and Faye, what else have the nation been talking about?
What have they been talking about, girls?
Um,
Don't know why I put that voice on now.
Celebrity Big Brothers.
Really? Did you watch that?
No, I don't have time. I do not have time in my life for CBB. The CBBC, yes. CBB, no time. No time.
There was a really sinister bit with Base Hunter the other night where he was sat there and there's been obviously a thing between him and Katia, and she went, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if we still were, like, lying together in the same bed and then we got tucked in by Stephanie, and he went, and nobody does this in real life, he said, yes, that would be funny. And then she walked out, and then to himself just went, very funny. like a bad guy in a Bond film.
I love the fact that Katia has gone from Ronnie Wood to Base Hunter as well. It's like such a musical downgrade.
She's seen Ronnie Wood naked. That can't be nice. I imagine it's like him naked. It's like, you know, like if you have a box of KFC after you've thrown the bones back in. That's probably what it looks like. Just a bit of bone and some flesh on it and some knuckles.
Let's have a look and see whether Big Brother is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Celebrity Big Brother continues. This week, Katia, Heidi and Lady Sovereign were all up for eviction. And it was difficult to know who to choose, but I think I'd have to say kill Heidi, shag Katia and marry Lady Sovereign.